Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back again today with another one of its notorious episodes. So, on today's episode, me and Past George are continuing our work on our wasp nest project, which is none other than the T34/76 model 1940 from Cyber Hobby in 1/35 scale and kit number 19153. So on today's episode, me and Past George are working mainly on the groundwork of the diorama. Took me some time to reach the stage of being able to have a full episode on my hands, mainly because I have lost interest in this build for a couple of days. I have lost my mojo. I took some time off the bench just to contemplate and decide what I wanna do exactly with it, how I am going to proceed with the vegetation stage mainly. Anyway, I have managed to get back on track and continue working on, and I am relatively happy with the outcome. It is not a final reveal, of course. We have still a lot of work in front of us, but it is a good portion of the build. So I don't want to bore you guys any further. You all know the drill. Grab yourselves a seat, make yourselves comfortable, crack the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, and let's see what me and Past George have in stock for this episode. Well guys, welcome back to part 8, what it looks to be part 8. Thank you for your kind comments on my burnt effects over here. You all guys liked my mistake with the crack effect over here. So I ought to say that Master Bob Ross was right. There is no mistakes, only happy accidents. So after after this intro, let's lay out our plans for this episode. So I'm gonna be swift and simple. What I wanna do is to finalize the appearance of the T34. So my intention on this episode is to attach everything remaining onto our tank. And when I say everything remaining, I am talking about pioneer tools, spare tracks, and accessories. Give it a layer of weathering, chips, mud, dust, etc., and then seal everything with a matte varnish. So what I am planning to do right now is to detail paint and give this T34 its accessories and pioneer tools. Well, update time guys, I have done a bunch of work off camera, of course, and I am here to tell you exactly what I did. So I'm gonna start with the easy parts first, and that is detail painting of the headlights of the tank. Let me spin around. We're gonna have wobbly mode here. Come on. Headlights, as you can see, probably those are painted with Vallejo Modeler metallic 71064 chrome, and then on top of it I have slapped some Tamiya black panel liner and cleaned it, and this is the effect it gives. It is kinda convincing when you don't have a clear lens on your headlight. Then The next stuff is periscopes, as you can see. One is over here, another one here, this one here, two around the turret, etc, etc. I have detail painted those guys with first coat of, once again, 71064 chrome metallic, and then the second coat was with Vallejo Panzer Aces 309 periscopes. I think that this one is mainly for German armor, but I use it in every periscope just because I can. Then after that I have opted to add the spare tracks onto the vehicle. Spare tracks over here took the same fire treatment as this part of the tank, and the rest of them were painted with track primer. Let me see if I have the color in hand. Yep, Panzer Aces 304 track primer, mainly because I just didn't want to paint them black. So I have assembled these three and another two from the other side, and for the leather straps, these were a bit to get properly, mainly because Cyber Hobby provides the leather straps as thin strips of styrene. You have to bend them to shape using your tweezers, or if you are extra kamikaze you can use flame, but I suppose that you can use flame, you know, to hit the object or something and mold it in place, but I am not so much kamikaze myself, so I have bended them to shape using my tweezers. I tried to be extra careful not to break them or damage them more than I should. And here is a closer look. Oh yeah, it's blurry. Yeah, come on, focus please. No, this won't focus. Let me see. Yes, there it is. So the leather parts were painted with Vallejo Panzer Aces 312 leather belt, and the belt buckles were painted with Vallejo Model Air metallic 71065. Now in this area I should have also applied the towing cables. I have chosen to let them out of this area, I don't know, just because I didn't like their looks. The Cyber Hobby provides you with a string, and I didn't find that the string size realistic at all, so I opted to leave them out. Another thing that I have added, the only Pioneer tool that I have added, is the shovel over here, which I need to give a coat of Tamiya panel liner, and while I am at it, let's give it a coat right now, because later I will forget it, because I tend to do stuff like that, you know, to forget stuff like that. Okay, let's leave that to dry, and I am going to clean that later. I have added the same deal over here of spare tracks, and then the last thing that I have done is to kinda detail paint the interior of the turret. Let me see if I can get it out of its position. Yes, and I will give you a closer look. So, as usual, when I have interior in one of my tanks, I leave turret lids and upper holes unglued so I can, remove them and see my job, see all the job that I have done inside. And here is how it looks. That's the best angle I can give you right now. So the interior was painted with a random white color that I happened to pull out of my drawer. Is T34 white German tank crew. As I've said, a random white color. The leather seats are once again painted with leather belt. Then I have gave it a pin wash with a Tamiya panel liner. I have cleaned the panel liner and I have done some chipping here and there, mainly in the corners. I don't know if my camera can catch it. Oh yeah, you can catch it can catch a hint of it. Let me see. Come on, focus, darling. No, it doesn't want to focus. Okay, anyway, over here at the corners and the edges I have done some chipping with Panzer Aces 302 Dark Rust, my preferred color to do chipping. And that's it for the interior, because I don't want to do much. I just want to have a bare bones, a crude interior, just in case someone gives a glimpse, because the commander's hat is quite big. He can see some interior details painted. Now let me reattach the turret. Yeah, I wish. And it is a two-hand job. Yes. Okay, the other side. Let's flip this. What's my next step right now? So my next step will be to weather the vehicle a little bit more. I gave it a quick thought over here. Just do some minor chips here and there, and that's it. I don't wanna over weather the thing. It is just a simple knocked out tank and it's not been on the field for ages. I suppose that they knocked it out 15 days ago, and here it is right now. It hasn't been on the field for an eternity, so I am not gonna chip the hell out of it. I am just going to give the edge a couple of chips, and that's gonna be good for it. Now I will do that. I will proceed doing that, and I am going to give it a coat of matte varnish so I can proceed with the dust layers. So for the guys that haven't been here in my previous episode talking about varnishes, as I've said, my varnish of choice is Winston & Newton Galleria varnish, which is the matte one. Now I am going to do some chips, apply the varnish, leave it to dry for one day, at least for one day, and I am going to be back to show you exactly how this thing looks. Okay guys, new update. I have done some work on our tank. I finalized it for the time being, and let's talk about it a little bit over here. So I have flipped the tank. I have flipped the dial this side because this is the side that took the most chipping effects, mainly because the other side is half of it is missing due to fire damage. So I have done minimal chipping because I wanted to do minimal chipping because minimal chipping is realistic. I have used both sponge and brush and brushes, and I have concentrated my chips onto the hard edges of the vehicle, you know, places where are tend to be chipped, and places where the crew uses to climb onto the tank. So I have used dark rust, Vallejo Panzer Aces 302 as usual, and I have, as I said, concentrated in every corner of the vehicle, like here, around the hatches, in the corners of the turret. Possibly you won't be able to see any of that because, as I've said, I kept my chips small and minimal. And after that I have just gave the tank a good matte varnish coating. Now, for the time being, I have finished with the tank itself, and I will need to start working on the diorama base. I will need to do the groundwork first and move upwards. So, as usual, for the groundwork I am going to use soil from my garden that I have crushed and pulverized, and this is going to be the main ingredient. First of all, before I do anything, I will need to decide which season we are talking about. We are talking about summer, winter, fall or spring. I will do some research to see what suits me the best, because I don't want to do winter again, and I just don't want to add snow once again, because I have done it to my previous diorama and I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do two snowy scenes back to back. I am probably opting for fall, to be honest with you. You know, just to have a muddy ground and some lush vegetation, you know, grass and stuff like that. Now, before I do that, I am going to concentrate my efforts over here. I am going to finalize the machine gun nest. This is the first thing that I am going to work on, and then I am going to spread outwards. So, first thing I am going to do, yes, is that, and I am going to use some clay to make the surface even better. I am, you know, to close huge gaps like over here and over here, etc, etc. Okay guys, a quick update to what I have done to the base. Although I have said that I will use air drying clay, I had an abundant I had, you know, large quantities of wall filler, and I used wall filler. I used wall filler mainly to increase the bulk of the groundwork and close gaps between blue foam and my trench construction over here. Apart that, I have done that yesterday night. Filler is almost dry, and the next thing that I have done is to add some earth texture over here at the middle of the trench. Now this earth texture is, as usual, my preferred Vallejo thingy over here. It is almost finished, as you can already see, so no more. No more. So I suppose that I will finish it with this diorama. No, next diorama I will need to make my own earth texture paste. So, now I have used, as I've said, this paste over here, sprinkled some dirt from my garden, and now on to my next step. So what's my next step? My next step is to apply glue all over the place and apply my my dirt copyright that I have crushed and pulverized for these reasons. This will serve as the first layer of the groundwork, as the second layer, of the groundwork, and then we will proceed from there. Okay guys, quick update on the things that I have done, as I don't remember if I have said it before what I have shown you, but I'm gonna talk about it. It's been 4 days that I haven't taken a seat on my bench. I am constantly contemplating on how to proceed, mainly because I don't have the inspiration. It's one of those periods that I run dry of inspiration. That's why I didn't spend any time on the bench at all, but anyway, it is slowly coming together. So I have bulked the groundwork of the diorama with the use of wall filler. Then I have let the wall filler to dry, took care of any cracks. There wasn't any, to be honest with you. And then I have applied PVA glue to everything and sprinkled my usual dirt layer, soil gathered and pulverized from my garden, so it can serve this purpose. After that, I have given the whole thing a liberal coat of diluted PVA with isopropyl alcohol, just to break the surface tension of the glue and help it spread everywhere. As you can see right now, it is rock solid. Apart that, I have given I have given multiple layers of brown wash to the wooden structure, the wood things that hold the trench in place, the wooden beams and wooden posts that hold the trench in place, and nothing more than that. Now it is time for me to add the vegetation on this scene, and right now that's the point that I ran out of inspiration. I don't know what to do exactly, to be honest with you. I have no ideas. I mean, obviously I'm not going for a winter, not a summer scene as well, so probably I am going to place this diorama on fall period, because I need vegetation to be lush, because I like it. I don't know why. I like green grass, vividly green grass. So it is, I have reached this point where I do contemplate if I need to, if I need what I need exactly to do. I am going to add a couple of trees here and there, mainly here, that's my thought, onto this corner, and place some grass. Now, I don't know exactly if this will be enough, or how I am going to, to proceed with the whole thing. Anyway, I will keep going. I will contemplate a little bit more, add the trees, add the grass, and we're gonna see how this thing goes. Okay, guys, as you can see, I have did quite a lot of work adding the greenery on top of my dio. One thing led to another, and things escalated, and here we are. I don't think that this is going to be the final appearance. I will definitely add a little bit more here and there. I will definitely add a little bit more. I am just waiting for some stuff that I will need to experiment with a bit. So definitely some of that stuff is going on this diorama, but this will take time. They have to be delivered. Those products have to be delivered to me first. So until I have them, this is it for the vegetation stage on my diorama. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I have done, and proceed step by step. So I used my static grass applicator to apply grass. So I have chosen to apply two different varieties of grass. One is 2 millimeters and the other one is 4 millimeters. Both are from Woodland Cynics, if I remember correctly. Anyway, let me grab the products so you can have a look. This one is the 2 millimeters one, and this one is the 4 millimeters one. Two different shades of grass, because in nature we have many different shades. I have also added some grass tufts here and there. Let me give you a closer look. Boom. One is over here and the other one is over there. I may add a little bit more, but this will be decided after the last products that I am waiting for this diorama will arrive. And I have also added these bushes, two different varieties, once again from Woodland Cynics. One variety is this light green, probably the product number is FC 145 probably, and the other one I have chosen is olive green with code number FC 144. So I have added those stuff just to get familiar with them, to give more volume to my scene. Here, some over here, some here, and on the other side, if I remember correctly. Yep, over here. And I have also added two trees. Now they look kinda uniform, and they look like that mainly because I have first added both trees on this side, but we had no good visibility on the T34. So I said, screw it, let's move the tree to the other side, and to be honest with you, I don't even care if it is looking so uniform. I had a tree in my hands, a pine tree in my hands, if I remember correctly. This is called the pine tree, in my hands, and I plopped it over here. So other than that, I have done nothing else to the scenery, and I would like to wrap this episode up because it's been a long while since I had an update, and since I will need to do more work and have more time until the next step. Now, with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode. On our next episode, we will probably continue working with the diorama base, some more work done onto the trends, etc., etc. Before I go, I want to thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out.